Hello, so today I'm going to be filming a first impressions of MAC's Face and Body Foundation. I've got the shade C1. I commented and left numerous messages for people on the internet asking them what they recommended because I couldn't actually get to the MAC store to pick it for Christmas, so I had to do some googling, and Sharon Farrell actually recommended I go on Foundation, which is a really good website for putting in what you already use, and then it'll tell you like matches in other other brands for the one you would match you that you use now. So it's a really good website. So I went on there, and I find on there that I put in Revlon Colour Stay in Buff, which I normally use, and the Bourjois Healthy Mix in 51, I think, light vanilla, and it gave me a C1 face and body match. So I ordered it, and packaging looks like this. So first impression of the packaging, obviously I've never owned any cosmetics from MAC. I've owned their brushes, and if I'm honest, I wasn't overly pleased with their brushes because they shed quite a bit, like they were shedding on me quite a bit, so I just love my Real Techniques brushes. But first impressions of the packaging, I really like it. It's like nice, sleek, matte black packaging with the MAC logo, and it's a 50ml I've got here. I think the 50ml was £21.50, or you could have had the 120ml for £28.50. So you get more for your money with the 120ml, but obviously I've never tried it before, I didn't know I was going to like it, so I didn't really mind paying the £21.50 for Christmas. So I actually had this off Craig for Christmas. So it looks like this, and obviously for £21.50 the packaging inside is a bit like it's plastic packaging, which you could say is better because obviously for travelling and stuff, plastic packaging is better because obviously you're not going to smash it. So there's like pros and cons there as well, but then obviously it does look a bit cheaper with it being plastic packaging. So, you know, pros and cons, but obviously it's what you prefer. So yeah, that's the packaging inside, and I know I've done some research, so I know that people say it's quite liquidy, so it does sound like quite liquidy in there. So I'm going to give it a good shake. And I hope the lighting's okay. I've also, for Christmas, I had softbox lighting, so I hope the lighting's okay. I've got two, I got one here, one there, so hopefully it's okay, but if not, then I'll just fix it in my next video. So inside it looks like this, just like a little, not actually sure, like a nozzle, I think. I'll use that word, nozzle. So I'm just going to prime my face with the Nivea Daily Essentials Express Hydrating Primer, and I love this at the moment. I've just got it for Christmas and it is really nice. It like instantly soaks into the skin and hydrates my face without feeling greasy as well, so I really like that. It does have a strong scent to it. It does smell quite like rosy, which I'm not normally a fan of scented moisturisers for on my face, but it says it's for normal to sensitive skin, so we'll see if I break out from the scent. And if I'm looking over there, it's because that's where my mirror is. So we're going to leave that soaking for 2 seconds, and then I'll be back with the foundation. So I'm just going to pour a bit of this on the back of my hand. I'm not too sure how much to use because obviously I haven't used it before, but I'll see how far this goes. So I put this much on the back of my hand, and as you can see it's quite liquidy, starting to run. So I'm going to use the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to apply this. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that and pop that around my face. So that's all off my hand now. I'm just going to start buffing that in. It feels light. It doesn't feel overly heavy. And I don't think there's any scent to it. I can't smell one. No. It looks like an okay colour match as well, actually. Like I said, I did a lot of research into the shade and it kept coming back with C1, so just buffing that in. I think I'm going to need a bit more. I heard that this is like a buildable light foundation, so it's a very sheer finish on the skin, and it's supposed to be like a more skin-like finish than a heavy full coverage finish. And you can layer it as well. So I'm just going to do another layer of that. Okay, yeah, so I think I needed 2 layers, definitely. Because I think I didn't, not necessarily 2 layers, but I don't think my first layer was very thick. I think this is going to be one that I'm going to need to experiment with, like how to apply it, because obviously a lot of people like to apply it with hands better because they say it warms the product up before it gets to your face. The more you work the product into your skin, apparently, the more coverage you get. So I think I'm going to need to experiment with it a bit. But it's not dewy, but it's a very skin-like finish. There's no shimmer to it at all, but it seems to be drying, it seems to be setting very skin-like. Like I don't feel like there's a lot of makeup on, but it's giving me like skin-like finish. Still got some redness, like my nose, around my nose, but I think that's because I'm cold. Okay, so that is, I would say 1 layer. I did put 2 layers on, but I think my first layer was a bit like not really a layer because I didn't put too much out. From what I can see on the camera, I think it looks nice. It does look more shiny than, I would definitely say it's not a matte finish. It's more of a skin-like finish. So obviously once I've done my whole face, we'll have to see what it looks like then. But I've got dry skin, so normal to dry skin. So like up here in my T-zone would normally be where products settle, like by my eyebrows and around my nose, and I can't say that it's clung to any dry areas or made my dry patches look worse. It just looks like skin. I do think I'd have to go in with concealer for like red areas, so like around my nose, under my eyes, and some blemishes that I may have. But first impressions are, I like the shade. I think the shade is the perfect shade, perfect match for my skin, and that's C1, and that matched the 150 Revlon Colour Stay Buff, and it's not settling in my lines under my eyes. So I'm just going to do the rest of my face and then I'll tell you what I think. So that's my full makeup finish now. I added bronzer, blusher, highlight, mascara, eyeshadow and lipstick and lip liner, and I really like it. My first impression of the foundation is that it's really nice. It's really like a skin finish, which I knew anyway because obviously I researched it quite a bit. But yeah, it doesn't look, I don't think it looks dry in my dry patches, which would be my T-zone and around my nose, and I don't think it's settling in these lines as much under here, which I love because that is my major like just annoyance, is that obviously there's nothing you can do about it, but I have to keep blending in my foundation and my concealer all day under here. I don't have to, but obviously I do it anyway. And I think from what it looks like I think I like the look of it on camera. I think it looks pretty. I think it looks nice and sheer, not cakey, and like I said, it was 2 layers, but not really, because obviously my first layer was like not enough. To me, if I just put enough on my first layer, I think I would have been fine with 1 layer. So yeah, not a definite 2 layers because I didn't put enough on the first time, but no, I really like it. And I did go in with some concealer just to cover my breakouts by here, and around my nose and under my eyes, but I don't think looking back on it now, I don't think I really needed to do that because I didn't give it enough time just to set, and it felt a bit tacky at first. It felt like I wasn't putting anything on. Then when I put more on the second layer, it felt a bit tackier on my skin and around my eyes, but now I've put everything else on, I think it's set now. So yeah, I think it's really nice. It's set but still looks skin-like, and yeah, I think it's a great colour match. I didn't feel like I had to bronze my neck up too much, like not as much as I normally do. So yeah, so I really like it. I'm not going to do an update on how it lasted because I'm actually filming this video quite late now, but into the evening, but I will do a blog post on it and a full review. I'm not actually sure if it claims to last, you know, a certain amount of hours like most foundations do these days, but I'll do a full review on my blog and let you know how I get on with it over the next week or so. And I've also got the new L'Oreal True Match to try out as well, so let me know if you want a first impressions on that. And yeah, so I hope you like this video and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, bye!